Hey guys, it's Mr. Crayfish and welcome to the first ever command block tutorial. So this is on my Mr. Crayfish dev channel. I didn't want to put it on my main channel because I felt like it wasn't appropriate for it. This is why I created this channel today, because it's more of a coding like thing. Not really, but it is kind of more technical. Now, I apologize for no video last weekend. I was actually sick. I think pretty much Saturday and Sunday I was in bed. I was so weak, I couldn't do anything, and that's why there wasn't any video last weekend. So I'm going to make it up to you guys. There's going to be a command, there's going to be this video, but there's also going to be another add-on tutorial, which is going to be for creating a unicorn. So make sure you look out for that tomorrow. But let's go ahead and see what we're going to be creating today. So this here is the grill. So let's just get rid of that fire real quickly and get out this. So what we're creating is a working grill. So as you can see, the hot plate is off. We actually have to start it up by putting fire underneath, and as you can see, it is now on. And we can actually cook some beef here. So we simply just throw it onto the grill like so. And as you can see, it's cooking. We've got particles coming off. And then in a couple of seconds here, it will turn into cooked beef. How cool is that? So that is what I'm going to be showing you. So I've already showcased this on my main channel if you haven't seen the video already, but this is what we're going to be creating today. Now, if you enjoy these command block tutorials, make sure you go ahead and snap that like button. I definitely want to do more of these in the future, and I definitely need your love just to know that you guys want these. So let's go ahead and let's get into the tutorial now. So the first thing that we're going to do is build the grill. So you can build this however you like, but this is how I'm going to build it. So we've got two iron trap doors. We're going to get some brick slabs out here. We're also going to need to get an activator rail. That's what you're most definitely going to need. And then also grab two levers. So we're going to dig down 3 blocks here, and then dig out the 2 to the side here. Under these 2 blocks, place levers which are turned on. We're also going to need some netherrack here, so just place that until there's a 1 block hole in the ground here. We're then going to place a block there, slab on the top half, iron trapdoors on the side, and then an activator on the top here. Now it's in the wrong direction, but don't worry about that, we'll be fixing that up in the command blocks. So the first thing that we're going to do is detect if there's any fire on top of this netherrack here. So what we're going to do is record the coordinates of our grill here. So if we press F3, if we look on the left side here, it says looking at negative 213.70 302. So you want to note those coordinates down because we're going to be using them a lot in the command blocks. And my bird is going off outside, I apologize. So let's go down into the hole now. And let's go ahead and get out some command blocks. So you have to do / give your username and then command block. So let's go ahead and let's test for that fire. So we recorded those coordinates of our grill, and the fire is 2 blocks underneath it. So that's 1, 2. So we're going to test for that fire. So we're going to start in this corner here. We're going to turn this into a repeat command block, and then always active. Then use the command testforblock, and then the coordinates are going to be 213, then 2 blocks below 70, so that's 68, and then 302. Shut up! So we've put in our coordinates, then we're going to test for fire, so we just do that. So Minecraft fire, press done, and then after this what we're going to do is set the activator rail at the top to be powered. So straight after here we're going to place another command block. This is going to be a chain block, and also put it to conditional because the previous command block has to be true, so there has to be fire there for us to actually set the activator rail. So we're simply going to do a setblock command and then the coordinates of our grill, and then do activator rail. Now it also has to be powered, so we give it a block state here, so powered equals true. And if we go back up the top here and we set fire underneath it, looks like it's found it, but it's not placing the block correctly here. Let's go back down. Let's have a look what is wrong. Make sure to change this to always active. And then if we go back down here, you should see now that it is actually powered. Now it's not facing in the right direction, and we simply just do that by fixing up the hold on, let's go back up here. Right now it's in the shape north-south, as you can see on the top right there. We want to make it a east-west shape. So we simply just add that to the state here. So powered equals true, but then also shape equals east underscore west. Press done. If we head back up there, it's now facing in the right direction. Now we've got to actually change it back to an unpowered activator rail when the fire is out. So that is again very simple. So we get another block here, another repeat command block. So what we're going to do here is test if this command block was unsuccessful. So that means there is no fire. So we're going to do testforblock, and what we're going to do instead is actually look at this block here and do testforblock. Then we can do tab here to get the specific coordinates of the block. Make sure you're looking at it, and then we're going to do repeating command block. Now we have to look for some specific MBT data, so we create these new squiggly brackets here, and then it's specifically called SuccessCount, and then we're looking for it when there's no fire. So if there's no fire, that means the success count would be 0. So I put that there. If we actually just copy that, Control A, Control C, and we press enter here, hold up, let's have a look. Oh, we just need to give it a blank state, so 0. Now instead of 0, we put -1, and that just ignores the state, and then we're just going to check the MBT tag. So copy that, press enter. Looks like it successfully found that. We're going to put that into this command block here. So this is going to, like, if there is fire, set it to an activator rail. If there's no fire, then set it to a unpowered. So we're just going to copy this here from this command block, copy that, put that into there, and then just remove the powered state, then press done. And if we go back at the top here, should notice now, let's have a look. Oh, we forgot to do one thing here. Make sure this is conditional, always active. I think something's wrong. This first one here, change that to always active. Such basic things. And then as you can see now, we've got an unpowered. Once we put the fire underneath, it is now powered. Undo that, is unpowered. So that's working swell so far. Now if you're wondering about all this output, if you want to turn this stuff on because it is useful for debugging, you just do /game rule command block output equals true, like that. If you want to turn it off, then just do false. Usually I'm playing around turning that on and off when I'm just trying to debug it. Sometimes it's annoying because it's just, obviously it's a bit of repeat messages here and can get in the way. So that is pretty much the hot plate complete. What we've got to do now is actually get into more of the core functionality. So the first thing that we're going to do is check if there's actually something cooking. So when something is cooking, it means that there is actually an armour stand in this position. Now that armour stand will also be holding a piece of beef. So let's go ahead, head back down into here, and let's start a new line, or a new line of command blocks here. So it's going to be a repeating. Then what we're going to do is /testfor. Then our what we're going to test for is an entity. So at entity, square brackets here. Then we're going to give it some coordinates. So the coordinates are going to be our grill coordinates. So x equals -213, y equals 70, and then 302 equals, z equals 302. Then the type of entity is a Minecraft armor stand, and then change this to always active, press done. So if something is cooking, we're going to generate some particles here. So we're going to use a chain command block here. You can change that again through there if you need to get it. Make it conditional. Then we're going to do particle, smoke. Is that working? Okay, we just do smoke, particle smoke, and then spawn it at the grill, so -213, 70, and 302. Instead of 70 here, we're going to do 70.2. Then we're going to do 0, 0, 0, and then just 1 at the end here. Press done. Don't worry too much about that. So nothing will show up yet, but if we just place a mock armor stand here, as you can see, the smoke particles now displaying when an armor stands there, and when we destroy it, they disappear. So that's what happens when it is cooking. We're going to use the same technique to check if it is unsuccessful. So you remember this command block here is checking that one. If there's no fire, we're going to check here. We're going to create a new repeating, checking if there is for when there's no armor stand. So this is when there is. This one's going to be for when there's not. So we're again going to do here, we can just copy this command here and then just update the coordinates. So just open up the chat here, go to the coordinate section here, and then just press tab 3 times, and then these are our new coordinates. Copy that, paste it into here. So this is when there is no armor stand there. So when there's no armor stand, we're going to be checking for if somebody throws a piece of meat onto the hot plate. So the first thing that we're going to make sure is that the hot plate is actually on. So we're going to test for a activator rail that's powered. So we're going to do conditional here because we want it's going to be the last. This here is going to be true that there's no armor stand there, and make sure it's always active. Let's make sure, yeah, this one has to be always active as well. And then we're going to go ahead and do testforblock, and then our grill coordinates. Then the block is going to be the activator rail, and then I'm pretty sure we don't have to really specify the direction. We just have to specify that it's powered. So an activator rail that is powered. Let's see. I'm not sure if we can see that. We can just do something like this. If we get a comparator real quickly here, and then we don't even need that. So let's go ahead and let's put an armor stand there. Oh, it should be if it's not, so it should technically be on. Oh no, it's because the thing's not on. So let's set that on fire. If we go back down here, yeah, as you can see, it's outputting now. Now the next thing that we're going to do is check for any entities that are within the hot plate. So what we're going to do is check for any beef that's on the hot plate. So we create another chain command block here, continuing from this one here. Conditional again, always active. Then we're going to do test for at entity, and then this is again going to be x, and then the coordinates of our grill, so x -213, y = 70, z = 302, and then we don't really have to specify a radius because by default it's going to be 1, and that's all we want to check for. And then the type is going to be item. Now we specifically just want to check for beef, so we create some MBT data here. I don't think it's MBT, but it's basically items inside of a curly bracket here. Then we create a new curly bracket and put in ID Minecraft beef. So this is raw beef. And then after beef here, do a comma, count with a capital C, 0B. So not 0B, 1B. So basically we're checking for beef here, and it's got a stack size of 1. Let's go ahead, press done here. Let's have a look. Oh, I think did we stuff up something here? XYZ. Okay, that's fine. Oh no, I think we do have to explicitly specify a radius here, yeah. Make sure after the Z here, just do R = 1 and then comma. We'll check if that is true by putting a comparator here. Go back up to the top, get beef out, just pop that on top of the grill like so, and it doesn't look like it is working correctly. Alright, slight mistake in the syntax or the code or in the command here. It's not items, it's just item. And as you can see now, the comparator is outputting a signal, so that means that there is a beef there. Now that we know there's a beef there, pretty much this here is the line that there's nothing cooking at the moment, so there's no beef there. What we're going to do is actually remove that piece of beef. So let's go ahead and let's go kill. What we're going to do is actually go ahead, copy this here, press done, open this up, and change testfor simply to kill, and then make sure that's conditional as well. Press done, so it should have killed that piece of beef at the top there. So every time we throw that there, it's going to disappear. If we actually throw an item stack bigger than it, it's not going to. It has to be exactly one piece of beef. What we're going to do now is spawn an armor stand that is holding a piece of beef. Now this is where it's going to get a little complicated with the command here. So what we're going to do is spawn an armor stand, make it conditional here. We're going to spawn it at the block below the grill. So we're going to go ahead and do the summon command. This is how you spawn an entity, then armor stand, and then we've got to give it the coordinates, so -213, one below, so that's 69, and then the Z is 302. Now I've got to give it some MBT data here. So the first one is invisible, and then what we're going to do is actually do this to 0B for now, just because we want to be able to see it. We're going to give it a comma, no gravity, colon, and then 1B, comma, show arms, colon, 1B, armor items, colon, we're going to put none on there. Probably don't even have to specify that actually. We're going to do hand items, so this is where we're going to put the bit of beef in the armor stand's hand. Then we do open square brackets here, then squiggly brackets, then here we do ID. We'll just do ID equals Minecraft beef, then comma, count, colon, 1B, so one item in the hand. Then let's make sure we get close squiggly brackets here, and then after those squiggly brackets do comma and then one more set, just because that's for the left hand and we're not putting anything in it. After the square bracket here, do a comma, and then we're actually going to disable some slots so we can't have any interaction. So disabled slots, and then colon, and then a special value here called 203.9583. So it's kind of hard to explain what this is, but pretty much this code here disables the slots of everything, so nobody can interact with it and steal the piece of beef off it while it's actually cooking. So let's go ahead, press done here. If we go back up here now and we throw beef onto it, as you can see, we now have an armor stand there which is holding that beef. As you can see, we need to do some adjustments to it. Now that is going to end off the first part of this tutorial today. We're going to finish off this tutorial again in another video. We're going to fix up the armor stand here, get it into the correct position. Then we're also going to add a timer for the grill so we can cook it for a certain amount of seconds, and then after that's done, spawn the cooked beef back and then destroy the armor stand. So hopefully you enjoyed this first part of the tutorial. Next part will be coming really soon. So make sure you go ahead and leave a like, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next part of this tutorial, and I will see you guys later. Bye.